Good morning, retail traders. I'm Washboard Jim with a Sneaky Snake trading strategy where I talk about chart patterns, moving averages, and being in the now. And last Monday we had a trade come in that if you were watching when Powell spoke, and I'm going to give you the strategy about how to trade a market reaction, which the market wasn't expected, and we had a real nice little sharp knife, and I love catching knives. So what we had was three black crows. If anybody knows what three black crows are, I've always said that it's an opportunity maybe to get a reversal in the market, and it's usually just a fast little sell off, and then people regroup, get back in the trade, and run it back up. So we had three black crows on the 5 minute. And I'm going to go ahead and show you that chart. That chart's right here. Three black crows is three red candles, and then we had a hammer down here at the bottom. This is on the 5 minute time frame. Now on that 5 minute time frame, we also had a tweezer bottom, which was a leading indicator that we were getting ready to have three white soldiers to come up on that 5 minutes. And that's exactly what we had. And it came and ran up and hit that 200 EMA, which I talk about moving averages as being my supports and my resistance levels for exit ideas. And then we had a pullback and we kept running to the rest of the day. But this was a reaction right when Powell came out at 2 o'clock Eastern time and gave that little speech. And it wasn't really what the market wanted to hear, because he said he was going to be a little bit more or less casual in cutting the rates coming the next rate cut. And the market wasn't expecting. I heard talk of another 50 points. I said, no, it ain't going to happen. I mean, he got the first one out of the way, and we're getting close to that election year again. So, it just plays into seam if you just go ahead and be in the now. So I was sitting here watching this market waiting for his speech, and I had two options. Either I was going to run it up or I was going to wait for the knife, and that's exactly what we had. So this is the 5 minute. We had three black crows with three white soldiers right after it, and it run up and hit the 200 EMA for an exit idea, which was a pretty good trade. I mean, I was up about $200 a contract on the SPXs by the time it got up here, $250, $300 a contract. And then later the day, it ran all the way up to about a 300-400% gain. And I got back in the trade and scalped it on the way up, but I didn't take it all the way up. And I'm going to show you this on the 1 minute time frame, what it looked like. We'll just go ahead and clear this all up. So after he gave his little speech, we were hovering around the 200, which is a resistance idea. That's the 200 SMA. So I wasn't in the trade. I was just going to wait to see what kind of reaction we had during the Powell speech. And I was looking at the 1 minute time frame. So I called this trade out, and I jumped in a little bit early and then added more down here at the bottom. And this was the SPX. And then I run it all the way up to the 63, and we had the 9 over the 21 crossover, and these are the EMAs. And then we finally hit that 200 for the exit idea, and then she came back, and then she had a beautiful run at the end of the day. Like I said, this was just a reaction of the Powell speech because the market wasn't anticipating his tone. And it was just a great opportunity. I was telling the room, I said, buy this dip. It's going to be worth it. Buy the dip, because the market's very bullish right now. And they're going to see this as a great opportunity to jump in this trade. So we had this nice little snake. Whoops. We had this nice little snake right here. God darn it, Jim. Let's try this again. So we had a nice little snake right here. We'll draw that out. She broke out, and then she pulled back. We had the 1, 2, 3, and then the fourth time she broke out. I never tell anybody to chase this trade. And then she pulled back. I always say wait for that little pullback. And then we had the pullback here with a hammer, and she went ahead and crossed on up, and then she run up to the 200 SMA to get out of the trade. And then we started being a little bit bearish once we started crossing down below that 9. And then we had a double bottom, and I called this trade out. And then we went ahead and run up all the way up to the top. We had a nice little breakout here, breakout flag, a rising wedge. Almost an ascending triangle. You could almost call it an ascending triangle if you go all the way across and look at it come up. And then she went ahead and broke out and had a nice run at the end of the day. But again, this was just reaction, a market reaction to a speech where the market wasn't really anticipating the way he was coming out and talking, that he was going to be a little bit more dovish, a little bit more bearish, which everybody thought he was going to be a lot more hawkish, and he's really going to go ahead and have another big rate cut. The market's been completely wrong about these rate cuts from the get-go, and just now it's finally coming to fruition, and they're not going to say we were wrong because they were wrong. So just remember that, when Powell comes out and the market doesn't anticipate what they want to hear, you could have a nice little hard sell-off, and it bounced right back up and had one of the most best days that I've had in a long time in the market. So that's the sneaky snake trading strategy, where I talked about 3 black crows on the 5-minute. And I wish everybody a great trading day this coming week, or a great week this coming week. Just be a little bit more patient. I still expect some volatility in the market until this election is over with. Have a great day.